Okay. So, to my magical people, there is a American actress. I think she's died by now. Her name was Christine Cavanaugh. She was from Utah, the unit of terrestrial equipment. Right. She had a role on a cartoon for Disney, being my favorite whatever. She was Gosling, the little quackerjack, who was trying to get Darkwing Duck to listen. She was always the smart one of he was as much helpful as he could be in wherever he was at. Yeah, that's kind of like me and my dad. Right, yeah, I just had that whole conversation with his stupid ass in the kitchen. It was like, okay, Dad, so here, follow me for a minute. Can you follow me? And he's like, sure. And then, of course, he goes off on tangent direction, and I'm like, Dad, over here, Dad. Can you look at me, Dad? Look at me, Dad. And he's like, right, okay. So we made him laugh. Okay, and I'm like, no, if you only knew how serious I was, Dad. Here, follow the ball. This is right here, iCal, Dad, right? It's an interstellar calendar. It's August 3rd, 1978. I just woke up. I'm in America. I'm Captain America, Dad. Hi. We good? Okay, good. So, I'm now actually 41, but I just did this demonstration with him for all of you earlier that had this. I'm like, okay, so this is America, Dad. iCal. Okay, I'm the calendar system. So for our human recording equipment, I just want to make sure we had this conversation. What happened to you, Dad? I was counting on you. And he was like, what? What do you mean? And it's like, okay. So, God, that you don't know how to place yourself in your filter of whatever. So, I'm just curious, Dad. Everybody told you as a De Roya and a De Filippo and a Cataruzza, you were somebody really special. You were born a prince in Italy, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So, here's the thing, Dad. Where in the world, in English, have you heard of a kingdom? And he's like, what? And then he starts throwing out countries. And I'm like, whoa, what? I was like, those are countries, Dad. I was like, focus. Kingdom, Dad. Where have you heard on the world where we woke up this this calendar where you woke up and heard about a kingdom? Have you heard of such a thing? And he's like, yeah, but to have a kingdom, you have to have a king. I go, exactly. I go, yes, you do. So where in the world, Dad, did you hear the word kingdom? And he's like, a little more time. I'm trying to be patient. Like, come on, you can do it, Dad, you can do it. And he's like, United Kingdom? And I'm like, good, great. Okay, so United Kingdom, there's one there, right? I said, okay, great. So there's the queen sits there, I was like, and her son, Charlie, in the sphincter, the chocolate factory up there, Dad. Why is it when they have magistrates, M-A-G, and they're supposed to be straight shooters, they wear white wigs? Sometimes they call them wiglets. Whatever. They're magical. M-A-G for the iCal. That's how we spelt the word, people. We're white. Yeah, that's the only color that we come in the brandy, civilization of origination tree. So focus with me for a minute and forget that you might be different. I'm trying to help us both out. There's only one of me, and there's a lot of units of dysfunction on this planet. So, shh. Focus. All right, back to Dad in the kitchen. So, what happened, Dad? Why is it that all the magical people in the castle, when you were born a prince in Italy, never came for you, never said anything to you, and just let you go on your magical way and did nothing and threw you into America? He's like, what do you mean? What were they supposed to do? What were they supposed to do? Well, I don't know. They have a crown. They're in charge of the royal family. They're supposed to come down to Italy and go, here you go, son. I know that you're the king in the kingdom now. You know, we won't bring you into the royal family and help you out because I know you're the top of the brandy tree of your generation in 1948. My dad's like, you have such an active imagination. I love being with you, daughter. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, but what happens when, I'm really real, and what I'm saying is actually true, Dad. And like, and he's like, well, I'm at the end of my life now, Nicole. What do you want from me? I just want to record your human, like, understanding of what happened to you and your generation. So, you never knew anything. You knew you were a prince, forgot you were a prince. Nobody ever came to get you. Nothing ever magical happened. Everybody in the castle totally forgot about you. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you are... And he started saying something else, and I'm like, oh my God, Dad. I was like, I swear to God, you are the Tootsie Roll. You are the Tootsie Roll grenade from Grenada. That's your iCal, like, patchwork. I said, and then before that, yeah, I'm jumping around the story, but I said, okay, so here's the deal, Dad. See this over here? We're in iCal America. I'm Captain America, remember? Okay, good. So here I am, woke up, Zombieland. There's nobody as far as the eye can see. Everybody's sleeping and, like, brain dead. What was your plan for me, Dad? What was I supposed to do? He goes, what do you mean what were we supposed to do? Did you hear the question? And I'm like, okay, Dad, do some defense and some strategy planning with me, Dad. How was I supposed to get, like, somewhere in life? When I woke up, I'm Captain America. They totally forgot that you were a prince. They didn't even come over here. They were throwing, like, Tootsie Roll grenades shot all over the new country. Like, so this way, like, they just keep throwing money and problems at America. So this way, all of, like, the good, like, whatever is supposed to help you out, doing whatever you're supposed to be doing for the royal family and the country that we're living in. They just kept throwing stuff from the castle, so we didn't look at the magistrate and the magical people there and ask questions, so we could look at all the stuff over here as everybody's running back and forth, like trying to jump on the ground like a piñata and just pick up all the magical money and, like, hide it, stuff it in there, and run. What was your defense plan, Dad? What was I supposed to do? My dad's like, I'm like, okay, here, play with me on this, Dad, because I already knew you weren't prepared. Got that. They reprogrammed you, and I was just fucking, like, and he's like, oh, don't use bad language. Yeah, okay. So, behind me is Iber, I-B-E-R, Dad, right? Like the Iber Peninsula. Like the one where, like, Spain and Portugal, like, it starts Iber Peninsula, right? Like, we stay away from the sphincter with the queen and my dad says, you know what? He goes, who wants to be royal these days anyway? I hear that the people in the castle, their whole royal family has nothing but problems. Yeah, Dad, I know. There are lots of problems over there because they never recognized you as a prince and brought you into the royal family. And... So that's why you want to be, like, in there and, like, making, you know, what you had to do for your generation. But I know, instead of, like, helping you out, they just reprogrammed your filter and kept you blinded while you were in America because nobody knew any better. That's why, like, Ryan, anyway, we took, there's such a thing called putting the horse before the cart. Putting the cart before the horse. Yeah. What happens is when you talk about time and space with, like, non-magical people, it's really easy to say, okay, so you wouldn't drive the apple cart, right, with somebody with putting a horse behind it, right? Because then the nose has to, like, slowly move everything, right, by itself because it doesn't have arms and it can't bridle itself. Right, okay. So then why, when there's extra special, magical, extraterrestrial equipment we call an apple cart, and there's 2 stallions coming that are already attached to the magical cart of apples that they own, why would you allow them to be detached and put them behind the apple cart and allow Elizabeth to hire people to grab the apple cart and drag it for her? What happens is by putting Elizabeth, who is not a brandy person, inside the castle, which was protected at one point for the information for the actual magical extraterrestrial equipment that keeps the planet and the humans safe, in an all-white, like,